So as you see, the financial planning and investment, this is a very vast topics, and even if we discuss a whole day, it will not be enough. We have limited time of 1 hour. What I will do, I will provide a overview of what is the financial planning investments with live examples. And I know you might have a lot of questions on that. I can take up the questions at last. And depending on your interest, if you need, then we can also have a separate individual session because everybody's needs and ambitions are different when it comes to the planning and investments. So what is good for one person may not be good for other person. Okay. Okay. So what we are going to cover. Okay. We'll be talking about financial freedom, which everybody wants today. What are the different investment opportunities? What we can do with the government saving scheme, which were quite popular a couple of years back, and today they are not attractive. How we can save the taxes through investments, how to manage the risk, because this is also very important considering what happened in the last 2 years and what may going to happen in the coming times, and how to manage the portfolio. So investment, as I mentioned to you, is a very personalized subject. It varies from person to person, and depending on individuals capacity, individuals risk appetite, we have to plan different investment options. So as you know, the money matters to everybody. It is near and dear ones for us, and we are working hard. Everybody is working hard to earn money, and we want to grow the money. We want to make it multiple of time. But what is happening today, I mean, if you see our education system, we got a very good education literacy in India. I mean, it's almost 80-85% people are able to read and write. But unfortunately, when it comes to the financial literacy, we are still very poor, maybe in the range of 20%. People are still do not knowing what is the investment, how to invest, where to invest. And as a result of that lack of knowledge, they do make a lot of mistakes, or they are late when they comes to the investment at the right time. So with this, uh, hence we started initiatives, smart investment, with mission to educate people on financial management and help them with the right investment choices. So in the past, I conducted a lot of sessions for the women's group, and then also the teachers. The whole idea is to create awareness about the investment, about the financial planning. So this is my mission, and my wives are working on that. And I think by that times, I might have conducted at least 15-20 programs so far uh, on this smart investments financial planning aspect. Okay. So when it comes to the financial goals, these are very important because we as a human beings want to live very happy, comfortable, and worry-free lives. And it comes to us naturally that we want to have a good house. That is the natural desires. If you have a one house, you want to have the second house. You want to have the cars. We want our children to be educated at the top institute like IITs or even the foreign universities. Also, the grand ceremony or grand functioning of your daughter's marriage. You want to have the vacations. It's quite common now, not only in India but abroad. And at the end, the time is coming that you have to retire, and we have to live again the one third of the life or more than that. Okay. And to achieve these goals, everybody is working. I mean, yeah. Of course, there could be some additional goal, but these are some of the common things everybody goes through it. Yeah. So to achieve your financial goals, you have two options. One is you are earning, but are you creating the wealth through that? Are you growing your money? Okay, that is the first thing. And second is it's not just growing the money, but you have to manage the various risks in the life. There are a lot of uncertainties. You must have experiences during the corona times. People have lost the jobs. People have lost the some of the people have lost their lives. People people face the salary cut, and of course, considering the current situations, business situations, or the way the industries are working, the futures are uncertain. So we must be ready. It should not be some kind of accident, and one day you will be leaving the company and you are left with nothing. So even if you have a lot of money and if you are not able to manage the risk, then your entire money can be wiped out in a short time. So we have to always look for the both aspects, not only to grow the money, but at the same times how we can manage the monies and also manage the risk comings in the investment journey. Okay. We are looking for a financial freedom. Yes, everybody want a financial freedom. So if you see the financial freedom, it is not having a lot of money. I mean, but you should have enough money. You should be able to support yourself. Okay. And the most important thing is that you don't have any loan. You are a debt free. Okay. Then only you will be supporting yourself. Okay. Otherwise, you will be always dependent on others' money, like a bank money or some other money. And if you get into the financial freedom, definitely you can live a very free life. And even if something happens to you, I'm sure you will be able to manage yourself very well. Okay. So that is our ultimate goal, how we can achieve the financial freedom. Okay. So let me explain you first what is saving and investment, because people confuse with the saving and investment. Okay. So let's say somebody's salary is 1 lakh rupees and he or she spent 80,000 and just 20,000 is remaining. It is not spent. So that is the saving. Okay. I have my friends in the IT companies, they are earning handsome monies, but at the end of the month, they are still complaining that they don't have the saving. Okay. Reason is that our expense is higher than our income. We spend very lavishly and we use credit cards, we use take the personal loans, and then definitely we end up the situation where we don't have any money. Okay. So the ideal formula for saving is that whatever the income you have, and if you are able to take out 20% of that and then spend, then you can get the saving. So that is how you have to first create the saving, and then once you got a saving, then you should look for the investment. So in the saving, your money is not growing, whereas in the investments, you are trying to grow your money. So let's say you have 1 lakh rupees today, maybe couple of years it will become 2 lakhs and then 5 lakhs. So that is the investment. So saving is just accumulation of monies, okay, after getting incomes. But if you are not investing, your money will not grow. And to get a financial freedoms, we have to look for the investment, not the saving. Okay. So let me start with inflation, because inflation is going to impact your investment. Okay. So let me explain it in a very simple language. So in 2005, if you see the samosa, I mean, I remember the prices. I was paying just 5 rupees, and today you have to pay rupees 15 to 20 rupees for a one samosa. The samosa is same, ingredient is same, the taste is same, but still you are paying higher. So this is nothing but the increase in prices of the thing. If you see the other ways, if you have 1000 rupees in 2005 and you are getting 200 samosas, and today you are getting 65 samosas. So what is happening here is the purchasing power of money is declining. And this is where it is very, very important. Whenever you are planning in investment, you should always consider the inflation. Okay. Whenever you are planning the expenses, future expenses, it's not going to be the same. It is going to be a different. So here, let's say one example. My son is 18 years old. He's studying in engineering college in Pune. His tuition fees today is a 2 lakh rupees. I'm going to spend 8 lakh rupees. Assume that your son is 8 years old and he want to go to the engineering college after 10 years. So this is not going to remain same. Okay. Today inflation in India is 7%. In education field, I think it is more than 7%. It is almost 9%. So you should think for not 8 lakh rupees, but you should think for the 16 lakh rupees. Okay? So this is the difference we should create in your mind, and then plan your investment accordingly. So when it comes to the wealth creation, we have to look for the different opportunities. Okay. So today we have the plenty of opportunities. Some of you are aware of that. Let's say the deposits. We'll talk about the deposits: bank deposit, fixed deposit, or post office. Then stock market. Of course, we have the mutual funds, real estate. We have the insurance schemes where you can also invest. The traditional gold is there, bond market is there, and today you can also look for the cryptocurrencies. Okay, so there are plenty of opportunities, and I just wanted to provide some examples, some overview of this market and how we can invest for the wealth creation purpose. Okay. So you should always look for the different sources of the income. One is I will say the variable income asset. Like if you invest the money in the stock market, if you are investing 1 lakh rupees, maybe after 1 year it can become 2 lakhs, maybe 3 lakhs. Okay, but it can also become 1 lakh can become also 80,000, 70,000. So these are the variable income. Okay, same thing may happens with a mutual fund or real estate or gold estate. So these variable incomes are high risk, high returns. Okay, it is like जैसे चौके छक्का लगाना जैसा है यहाँ पर. But fixed income asset, these are also very important. If you want to keep your wicket, you have to. It is like 1 or 2 runs you are taking in the cricket, where you are also putting the monies into the banks or bonds or government schemes where interest rates are less. Maybe 5-6% you may be getting, but chances of getting your capital down is very less. So it's very important that you should take 1 or 2 runs, but at the same time, to get to the century, you cannot go with 1 or 2 runs. You should also try 4 then 6. So you should have the very balanced approach when it comes to the investment. If you are getting high return, it doesn't mean that you should put all the money into the stock market or any others, but you should also do rational investment into the fixed income asset where you will be getting guaranteed incomes and your capital will be saved. So you should have that kind of approach when it comes to the investment. But you need both, otherwise you will not grow. That is a fact. Okay. So when it comes to the investment decisions, it all depends on the several factors. Okay. So I already mentioned that it is a very personalized subject, but you should always remember. So whenever you are investing, so you should look for your goals. Why you want to invest? Okay. Whether you are investment for the retirement, whether you are investing for your child educations or daughter marriage, if you have that goal, then investment definitely grows well. Otherwise, it becomes random, and then whatever comes in the mind, you do at any times. Second thing is the investment horizon. Some people invest for a short time. They invest in the stock market for 4 months, 5 months, and they expect that their money will be double. It will not going to happen. Okay. Or if you are investing into mutual fund, I mean, the horizon should be at least 3-4 years because market may go up and down, but definitely after 3-4 years, your money will grow. Okay. But if you have the capital and you want to invest for a short time, then best way is go for a bank. Okay. So this is also very important. So if you are taking a different approach, like a time approach, it doesn't work. Risk appetite, some people are very risk averse. I mean, they don't want to take risk and they still want to put their monies into the banks where the interest rate is very low. But there are some people who want to take a bigger risk. That is also important factors. It is also important to consider how much return you are getting. Now, it is natural that when you are taking the high risk, you are expecting the high returns. Okay. So if you are expecting the high returns and you don't want to take risk, it doesn't work. So you should consider how much return you want, and accordingly you have to manage the return and the risk. Timing is also very important. I remember before the start of the corona, the market was almost at the peak, and people invested that hoping that market will grow. but suddenly the market crashed and then people lost a lot of money. So the timing, even though it is difficult to match the timing, but you can estimate when the market is down, when to invest, when the market valuations are good. Accordingly, you should consider that. And the safety, yes. So whatever the money you are investing, it is in the safe hand. Be it in the bank, be it in the stock market. So you should, these factors need to be considered while making the investment decisions. Okay. Now we are going through the very different situation in India. Okay. Some people feel it's a bad, some people think it's a very good. Now look at the interest rates. Okay. If you go back to the 1990s, the interest rate was 15%. So the entire family was living on the interest rate in the bank. Okay, 15%. But this is the rule of the economics that as the country liberalizes and the grows, the interest rate falls. So you can see 2000 it was 12%, and then to 2010 10%, and today it is, I mean, 2020 it was 5.5%. As economy is growing, so it is expected that by 2030 our interest rate will fall to the 4%, and 2040 2 to 3%. It should be like a US economy. And some countries like Japan, today we are going through the negative interest rate, whereas you put the money in the banks and you have to pay the fee and you don't get any returns on that. Okay, so this is a fact. Now gone are the days when we are putting money into banks and expecting the good returns, but this is not the story today. We have to go for a different approach. Okay, now in the banks, uh, if you are going for a fixed deposit, you get hardly 6%. Okay, and that is for the 5 years. If you are putting for the 3 years 4 years, interest rate could be the 4 5%. And you might be knowing that you have to pay the tax, and most of us who are working in the John Deere's are coming into 30% slab. So effective interest rate is very less. Even if you go for the 5 years period, effective rate will be just 3 4%. So we have to look for the different investment opportunities. Yes, you should keep some money in the banks for the emergency purpose, but if you are investing just through the bank, it means you are simply burning your monies, and it is not even beating the inflation what you have. Okay, but that is going to be the reality in the coming time. Okay. So there are different government schemes. These are the traditional schemes. These were quite popular a couple of months back, but you should be aware of that, like a national savings scheme, then Kisan Vikas Patra, post office, then Sukanya Samriddhi Yojanas, or senior citizens, employee provident fund, NPS. These are the very good scheme by the central government. I will just provide a quick overview of that so that uh, you should be aware of that, and if you want you can take advantage of that government schemes also. Okay, so let's take the case of the national savings certificate. I remember 15 20 years back, whenever there was a tax saving requirement, people used to buy this national savings certificate, but there is a locking period like 5 years 10 years. Of course you are getting a good interest, 6.8%. Okay, yeah, and you can also use it for the tax saving purpose under section 80C. Okay, then Kisan Vikas Patra, okay, as you see, it gives a higher interest rate, but there is no tax benefit on that. Okay, and the rates of these government schemes are coming down. I mean, it used to be 8%, 9%. Now, as the interest rates are getting down, I mean, the rates of these government schemes are also declining. I mean, 6.9%. Yes, it's a good, but again, the locking period is 10. So some of you might be aware of the post office monthly income schemes. You, whenever there are a government scheme, there is always limitation on the investment. You can't invest the money whatever you desire. I mean, post office also offers a better returns like 7.6%, but you cannot deposit more than 4.5 lakhs. Okay, but there is a tweak. If you and your wife open a joint account, then you can go for a 9 lakh. Okay, it's a good thing, but there is a lock-in period of again 5 years. Uh, there is no tax benefit. Actually, you have to pay the tax on the interest earned. That will be as per your tax slab. Okay. Now, we as a parents, we are concerned with our children's education, their marriages. Let me explain you some of the schemes available in the market, okay, for their benefits. Like these schemes are administered by various companies like ICICI, HDFC, Tata. There are many, okay. But I will give you one example, like how you can accumulate or grow money for your children's education rather than just getting the money when you go to this college. But if you start investing now, okay, let's say your child is in the age group of 5 to 10 years and he or she desires to go for engineering after 10 years. Even if you invest just 1 lakh rupees for 10 years, you can meet their expenses by getting, let's say, 3.3 lakhs per annum for the next 5 years. So small saving at these times can give you good returns when your child goes to the engineering college. And and good thing is that this is a tax free, this is a guaranteed, okay, and one can take advantage of such schemes for the future of your children. Okay. Another scheme which is very popular is the Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana. This is administered by the central government under Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. And the biggest advantage of this scheme is the tax benefit and the higher interest rate. Okay. So let's say if you invest 1,50,000 per annum for the next 15 years, okay, and then by the times your daughter becomes 21, she can get almost 65 lakhs. Okay, and this is a very good amount. It can be used for the, let's say, daughter's education or daughter marriage, and entire amount is a tax free. That is the biggest advantage. Okay, interest rate is also very high. I mean 7.6%. So quite popular. I mean, quite popular for the tax saving purpose. If your daughter is below the 10 years old, you can open this account. Okay. Okay. So let's discuss about the retirement fund. Okay. So one day everybody has to retire. I know some of you might be in the age group of 40s and 50s, some maybe above 50s also. Okay. So when it comes to the retirement planning, it should be done sooner than later. Okay. Because you have to accumulate the large corpus, and if you do not have that money, then life after 50s will be difficult. And today, if you look at the situation, the retirement age is shrinking, be it IT industries, automobile industries, or manufacturing. The companies are looking to reduce the workforces, and they always target the people who are in the age group of 50s and 55. So it has become a trend, like 50s and 55, either voluntary retirements or the post retirement, whatever may be. But we should be prepared for that. It should not be accident that one day you have to go and you don't have anything in the hand. So this is where you should build your corpus. You should build your own pension plans. In the government, it is to be a pension, regular pension. But in the private sectors, we don't have pension. I mean, we have to create our own pensions, where which will replace our salary. I mean, I'm not saying that you will get income like a salary, but it will be like meeting your survival needs or basic needs. So today, as per the, if you don't have any liabilities at that times, the 40-50,000 should be good enough to live a happy life. That is what I'm experiencing personally. Okay, provided you don't have any liabilities, but it should be regular. It should be guaranteed. Okay, so there are several schemes. I will just we'll go through that, like employee provident fund, then PPF is there, national pension schemes. In John Deere's, we have also superannuation schemes and pension plans, long-term incomes. Okay. Okay. So public provident fund, it's optional. You can open the public provident fund account into any nationalized bank or any private sector bank. Uh, the here you cannot invest more than 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs. So as I mentioned to you earlier, the government scheme has always some limitation. They pay the good interest rate. Like today, if you see the interest rate in PPF, I think it is 7.6%. But there is a locking period of 15 years, and definitely you get a tax benefit. Okay, you get a tax benefit when you are contributing to the PPF. But when you withdraw the monies, maybe after 15 years, or you can also extend that, entire amount is a tax free. That's the biggest advantage. So one should take the advantage of that, even if the investment value is not big, 1.5 lakh, but take advantage of the tax benefits in this scheme. And I hope some of you have already have these accounts and doing this. Okay. Now, superannuations, yes, I remember 15, 20 years back when I started my careers with L&T. I mean, we heard about the superannuation, then it was continued. So some companies do have the superannuation. It is like organization pension programs. Okay, so normally the pension program is operated at the government level, but even the organization at that time started this kind of initiatives. It is of course the optional people. Some people go for superannuation, some may not be, and your fund is managed by the trust or the insurance company. Like in our case, it is managed by the LIC, and every month money is deducted from the employees' salaries. A company can also contribute, that depends, and there is no fixed mandate that you should contribute, company should contribute. But I remember, I mean, when I had taken the voluntary separation, I got 1/3 amount, okay, directly, and it was a tax free, and the rest of the amount it will be converted into some kind of a pension plan. Okay, you can't withdraw. Okay, so that's the benefit of the superannuation. Okay, okay. Employee provident fund. Okay, so government, this is a mandatory investment when you are working. There is no excuse. Government want you to contribute to the employee provident funds. So 12% of your basic salary as well as the 12% from the employer, total 24% of the basic goes to the public provident, it's an employee provident fund. Okay, and there are also tax advantage. Definitely, whatever the contribution you are putting into the EPF or PF, okay, you get a tax benefits. And when you are withdrawing that money, when you are taking the voluntary retirements or retirement, entire amount is a tax free. Recently, government made some changes in the law because some people were taking the undue advantage of the scheme. Now, what they made is that so if you are contributing more than 2.4 lakhs per annum in your PF, the interest earned that will be taxable. Okay, okay, so that is a new law they brought from April 2021. Okay, but it should not be problem for a normal people. But there were some people who were earning crores of salaries and they were putting a lot of money into PPF to just to save the taxes. Now this will be avoided. So NPS is a national pension scheme. It started in 2005 initially for the government employees and then extended to the private sectors. This is also a very good scheme to create your own pension. 10% of your basic salary goes to the NPS. Okay, and it is also optional. It is not compulsory. Some of you might have opted for it. And your fund is managed by the professional pension companies like HDFC, ICICI. Government is not managing. And you have choice where to invest that money. You can tell them that I want to put my money in the equity, I want to put my money in a corporate bond or government securities. You have choice. And depending on that, you can get in return almost 6 to 10%. Okay. But here there is a lock-in period. You cannot withdraw the money before 60. Okay, even if you have early retirement, it doesn't work. Okay, you have to wait till 60, and when you turn 60, you can withdraw 60%, and that is a tax-free. But 40% you have to put into some kind of annuity. Again, these annuities is managed by the private companies. Okay, these are private pension companies or insurance companies, and you are getting also very good tax benefit if you are also like a 50 rupees 50,000 additional tax benefits above 1,50,000 also. Yeah. So it's a very good scheme. If you opted for it, it's nice. If not, you should consider this. Okay. So when it comes to the corpus, I mean, you are growing your money, so you are accumulating corpus with the anticipation that one day we'll be retiring. Yes, when we have to retire. So what you will do, I mean, you will get a lot of money, maybe 50, 60, 70 lakh, whatever may be. But once you get that money, there is a risk in the sense that whether you'll be growing that money or there will be drainage of that money. That drainage happens because once you get this much cash, I mean, your son may be asking some money for buying house, or there will be daughter's marriage or some higher education. So instead of growing the money, it can drain. Okay, and as the age grows, the control on your money also goes down. So this is very important. When you get the money, is the first thing what you have to do. I mean, since it's a retirement, you don't have the salaries, and you should get a regular income. Regular income is more important than the money you have, because that is coming every month and that will meet your expenses. But even if you have a lot of money, and if because that there is a chance that that money may drain and you may not get a sufficient money at the end. So till the end of the life, we should look for a regular pension. I mean, you may call it as a pension or regular income, but it should be lifelong. Okay, it should be guaranteed. And even if you do not have a lot of corpus, I mean, a lot of lump sum money, but this money is important when you turn 70s and 80s, because this is all about the survival. Okay, and there are these are the realities of the life. I mean, the people had a lot of monies when they retired, but at the end their money has gone because of the several reasons. And when it comes to the survival, the regular income or pension is very very important at a later age. Okay. Okay. So let me give you some examples. I mean, there are different plans in the market. I mean, let's say you are in the age group of 40s, let's say, and you want early retirement, yes, maybe 50s and 55. Whether you want or you are forced to retire, maybe 50s, okay. And what option you have, what income you will be getting after 50s, okay. Let's say somebody has invested just rupees 5 lakh per annum for the next 10 years, and he can retire at the 50s and still he can get an income of 5 lakh 72,000 till the end of the life, okay, till 80 years. And when you turn 80, you will be again getting back the 50 lakhs. Okay, everything is a tax free, guaranteed. So even if you do not have the job by 50, still you will be getting about maybe 50,000 rupees, almost 50,000 rupees till the end of the life. Okay, so small saving at an early age is definitely going to help us. Okay, even if it is accidental retirement or forced or voluntary, whatever may be, but these are the securities which is going to help till the end of the life. Okay, so let's look into the other income options, because investment is not just the life goals, but we also want to enjoy. I mean, we have to also get 4 runs and 6 runs so that we can enjoy uh, the money, we can enjoy the vacations and the luxury of the life. Okay, so there are a couple of other options we'll discuss quickly, like real estates, then bonds, gold, stock market, mutual funds, cryptos also tax-free schemes. Okay. Now, if you are looking for some kind of a tax-free income, okay, you want a guaranteed income, you want some tax-free incomes, especially you are planning a vacations. Okay, and if you are investing, let's say 1 lakh rupees for the 12 years, and then subsequent 12 years you will be getting 2 lakhs. So that is some kind of additional incomes you can think of. And it is a tax free, it's a guaranteed, and you will also get a cover for the life. Okay, yeah. Now some people are investing into real estate properties. So it was a boom period from 1995 to 2015, and that happens with every economy. Our economy opened, and same thing happened in the US also, that first 20 years people are investing into the properties and gold. But if you see today, there is a stagnation. I mean, there is a more supply than less demands and not much there. But whatever may be, I mean, if you are buying a house, definitely you can claim a tax benefits up to 2 lakhs for interest on the home loans. And but if you are selling, then you have to get ready for the capital gain. So long-term capital gains, if you are selling after 3 years, 20%, and then if you are short-term capital gains. Okay. Now, one questions being constantly asked by people is it is viable to buy a second home? Is it good to buy the second home? So let me put the perspective from the finance side. Now you have a first house and you are buying a second house, okay? And if you are renting out, what is the situation? Okay, so let's say you have invested almost 75 lakh rupees in the to buy the house, 2 BHK house. You are hardly getting 25-30,000 rupees of a rent, okay? But there are expenses like society maintenance, property maintenance, and if you do all this calculation, you will get a return of just 3%. So buying a second house and just renting out, it doesn't make a financially viable decision. So you should always think, of course, the buying house is an emotional decision. I also made a mistake in the past. Just it was emotional. Now I'm correcting it. That if you are just renting a house, it doesn't make a sense. Okay. Now there are also opportunities to invest into bonds. There are government bonds. There are private companies bonds. So bond is nothing but the companies also require loans. Government also require loans. So they issue the bonds. It is called papers. Okay, and you have to invest minimum 10,000 rupees and fixed interest rate they pay 7 to 10%. There is a specific period. Some bonds are non-taxable, taxable. So you should also look for these investment opportunities where the interest rates are higher than the bank fixed deposit. Okay, and the bond market is also quite big all over the world, also in India. And those people who have a lot of money, they also put good amount of money in the bond market. Okay. Now, when it comes to the investment in the gold, traditionally in India, the gold is seen as an ornament. But today, people's approach toward the gold is changing. I mean, it's not just the ornament, but it is also a very good investment opportunity. And whenever there is a crisis, be it the crisis in the country or even the home, it acts as a safe haven. Okay. And look at the gold prices. I mean, if you are investing into the gold, okay, not in the physical gold, but paper gold, okay. 50 years back, it was just 180 rupees, okay, and just 2000 it was 4000 rupees, and in the last 20 years the gold prices has gone up to 50,000, 4,000, okay. And last year in 2021, I mean, it moved from 35,000 to 50,000. In 1 year, it has given a 29% returns, okay. But if you look for a long-term investment, gold prices are not getting down. It is always going up. It's a history of last 100 years. The gold prices are going up, and annually you are getting a 12% return CAGR. It's a very good returns, provided you invest into gold, not a gold ornament. Okay. For that purpose, you have to go for a sovereign gold bonds. These bonds are issued by Government of India, that is the Reserve Bank of India. And good thing is that you will be getting 2.5% interest from the government. Okay. You also get the appreciation of the gold. Only thing is that you have to keep the gold bonds, maybe 5 years or 8 years. You get a tax benefit. So instead of buying a physical gold, you can buy a gold bonds. So there is no risk of theft, and you will be also getting the appreciation as well as. But this is also good investment opportunity. Now coming to the stock market, uh, in the last 2 years, lot of people got attracted to the stock market. Maybe because of the corona, they were at home and they were spending times in the stock markets. Okay. Uh, if you see last years, there was almost 1 crore of demat account open in the stock market, and it was a record. Okay. It used to take earlier 5 years, 7 years to get that demat account, and it happens. So many people, not only from the urban areas, even the rural areas also joining to the stock market. Again, the ladies, I mean, their percentage is getting higher. It was almost 55% women who joined the stock market recently. So it's growing. Now, if you see the returns in the stock market, I will give one example. So, if you go back to the 1979 when the stock market actually started in India, uh, if you had invested just 10,000 rupees uh, in the bank deposit, you could have got today 2,68,000. In the gold, you might have got a 4 lakhs. But if you had put the money into the market, you could have got 45 lakhs. Okay. So CAGRs, okay, for the long-term investment is almost 16-17%. And if you see the growth story of the India today, India is the fastest growing economy, and it it has got a very strong growth story. So analysts are saying that even if you go with a rational rate, in the next 10 years, Sensex today is 54,000, it will touch to 2 lakhs with a rational rate. Okay. So this is a good time to be in the market and just take the advantage of these opportunities for the next 20-25 years. It is going to be the India's years, okay, globally. Now there are great companies, fundamentally very strong companies like Infosys, TCS is there, HDFC, ICICI Bank, and you must have heard some of the great stories also. Now Infosys, it initially started from Pune, later moved to the Bangalore. It came to the market in 1993. At that time, the share price was hardly 150 rupees. Okay, and it has given a bonus shares in the last 25 years. And if your parents or you yourself had invested just 1 lakh rupees, today it could have become the 20 crores. Perhaps you would have not required to work in the John Deere's, you would have been enjoying or doing something else. So that's the power of the market. If you invest in the good companies for the long terms, definitely it can make a wonder for you. Okay. But investment in the stock market requires a knowledge, it requires skills and also the experience and the patience. Okay. And if you do not have, then you should go for the mutual fund. Okay. So you can also enter in the stock market through mutual fund route because your money is managed by the companies, mutual fund companies called asset management companies, and it can be put into the debt fund, it can be put into the equity market. So there are different kinds of funds. Today in the market, there are 2,500 different funds. Okay. So if you are putting your money into the equity mutual fund, you are expected to get about 15 to 20% return. It's a very good returns. If you are going for a debt fund, you don't want to take risk till you are getting 6 to 8%. Okay. And the best is balance, combination of both. That is a hybrid fund where your return is 10 to 12%. Okay. Here are some examples of the fund like HDFC Mutual Fund Balance Advantage, very popular. Okay, where they manage the risk, it is a very dynamically balanced. You are getting the returns almost 12%. If you like to invest into technology companies like Google, Microsoft, or TCS, Infosys, then there is a technology opportunities for where you are getting a very high returns, like a 25%. This is CAGR per annum, or blue chip funds, quite popular. And if you want to save the taxes, there are tax savings funds like ELSS tax saving funds. And this market is flooded today. There are 45 mutual fund companies and 2,500 mutual funds. So sometimes people go to the internet and they go to the videos, but be careful because these are the marketing videos. Some of them are created by the YouTubers for their benefits, and they give a lot of fake promises. They show the very little data, but a lot of things are not shown. So be aware of that. So whenever you are investing into mutual funds, uh, it's not just the internet, but you should take the expert advice because internet today, it is passing a lot of different informations. Okay, and you can enter in the U.S. market through mutual fund if you want to invest into the companies like Google or Microsoft. There are opportunities. Okay. So there are different ways to invest into mutual fund. Either you can go through the lump sum. Let's say you got today 1 lakh rupees, you can invest, and then you can do it multiple times, maybe 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. And another way is a systematic investment plan. This is quite popular, whereas every month you maybe whatever the amount you decide, maybe 5,000, 10,000 will be deducted from your bank. And you should not worry about a market movement. Market can go up, market can go down. When market is down, you will get more units. When market is up, okay. So this is a very disciplined way, and you can take the advantage of the compounding. Now here just short story. Let me tell you how people can benefit from the investment into mutual fund. So that is the power of compounding. So Miss Early and Mr. Late both joined the company at the same times. They were 25 and they were given the lessons on the investment. But Miss Early was very serious about the investment. So she was 25. She started investing 10,000 rupees per month, and by the time she will retire, okay, so the 10,000 will turn into 5.5 crore. That is at a very nominal rate. Whereas Mr. Late, as usual, he did not take this advice seriously. He turned 45 and then he realized that he has to plan something for his retirement. Okay. And he started investing more than what Miss Early was investing. So he started investing 25,000, but time was not in hand. He could invest just 15 years because at the age of 60, he was retiring and he could get just 1.2 crores. So what is important in investment is the time. Okay. Time is more important than the money. Okay. Because the compounding happens, and compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. So even if your investment is small and it is for the longer period, definitely you are getting more benefits than the money you are investing. So you should always look into these facts. Okay. Now some of you might be curious to know about the cryptos. Yes, and obviously because India is the largest investor in the crypto market. Okay, you can Google it, you will find it. So almost 10 crores of the Indians are investing. Okay, and this market is open 24 by 7. Okay, but bad thing about this market is a very volatile. So cryptos can get one day 20% returns, other day it can fall 15-20%. Okay. Okay. Now there are more than 12,000 coins. Okay, and some people are investing into the cryptos, but the the popular coin is of course Bitcoin. Okay, and see how it turned to be favored in the people of some peoples. If you go back to the 2009, the Bitcoin price was less than $1. At that time, dollar was just 45 rupees. Okay, and in April or November, it touched to the 69,000. Means $69,000. That was about 50 lakh rupees. Okay, one. And if you had invested just 450 rupees at that time, it could have turned to 4.5 crores. Okay, 450 rupees turning into 4.5 crores. That's the reasons people are so much attracted, but some people are not following the rules and they are the losers. But if I mean, I always recommend that you should try 1 or 2% into such kind of market where you can grow, even if it is gone. Okay, today the market is very down. Market has declined 70%, but definitely it will come. And government of India is also regulating this market. RBI is coming its own virtual currencies. There will be 30% taxes. A lot of things are happening in this market. Okay. Let me talk briefly about the risk management, because you are growing the money. At the same time, you are not taking care of your life, or you are not taking care of other things, then your money can wipe out suddenly. Okay. You can manage your risk through insurances. One thing we should remember, that insurances is not to make you rich. Some people complain that why should I spend the money for the premium? But definitely when you are not there, it will prevent your family become poor. Okay, that is the risk. If you do not want your family to get poor, okay, it's better to spend some monies and then get some kind of a proper covers. So it will help you to provide security to your family. It will avoid your financial losses and guarantee the peace of mind. So let me talk briefly about some of the things like a health insurance. Now, you know, uh, what happened during the corona time, some people have paid almost 15-20 lakhs. I have personally seen that. And today, if you see the growing work pressures and hectic lifestyles, the people are getting early diabetes and then and then heart attacks. Medical expense is rising. Today in India, the medical expenses inflation is 16%. So if you are spending today 4 lakh rupees for a one surgery, after 5 years, you are going to spend 8 to 9 lakh rupees. So gone are the days when the 5 lakh cover is good enough. Today you need at least 10 lakh rupees. Of course, company is providing, but that may not be enough. And when you leave the company, you will be in the different state, because even if you buy the insurance at that times, your diseases, existing diseases, are not covered for the next 3 4 years. So I personally experienced that. I had a John Deere insurance, but when I left, I had taken, but they told me that 3 4 years you will not get any benefit. Okay, so you should have your own personal insurance, some personal insurance, because anyway it is going to help you. Okay. Second thing, everybody must have the term insurance, because this is going to help your family. Company do provide, but as long as you are a part of company is there. And the thumb rule is that it should be at least 10 times of your CTC. If somebody's CTC is at 20 lakhs, then that person should have the term insurance of 2 crores. Okay. So again, have your personal term insurance. It is going to help you, your families, in case something happens. Okay. And you can also use that term insurance when you are having the home loans, because home loan company always pressurize you to have the term insurance, but you can use it. Okay. And it is a tax free. Okay. So let's talk briefly about the portfolio management, because we discuss various investment opportunities. So portfolio management is not just getting the high returns, but you are also minimizing your risk. Okay, risk management, I will say, is the more important than the returns you are getting. So you should always look for a regular guaranteed income, which is very important when you are getting retires after some times, because nobody knows what is will be your mental state at the age of 70 80, whether you have the control on your money, because somebody is controlling your money and you may not get. We are also visiting some of the ashrams, senior citizen ashrams, as a part of our social activity. We have seen that so many people coming from the rich families, but they are left homeless. I mean, they are staying in the ashram because they don't have their own income. Even their children are working in the IT industries. Okay, so it should be, you should be totally independent in that case. Whatever the small money you have, but it is a guaranteed till the end of the life. Otherwise, anything can happen. I mean, yeah, it is a less risky, but at the same time, you should also grow your monies through shares, mutual fund, and reality. Okay. So tax saving, I will just quickly cover. Tax saving is very important. There are legal ways to save your taxes. Now you can invest into the PPF or PF home loan principles you are getting. But Section 80C 1,50,000 has become now a dumping ground. I mean, there you cannot invest more than 1,50,000. It's now useless. Okay. But you can think of other opportunities, like if you are taking a loan for higher studies for your son, you can get a tax benefit on the interest. Okay. Medical expenses, certain diseases, you can get a tax benefit. Or if you are having the health insurance policy on your own, you get it. Okay. Or income you are getting from the share market, you have to pay the capital gain. Okay. If you are investing for 1 year, you have to pay 15%. For the long terms, you have to go for a 10%. Okay. And earlier dividend was a tax free, but now last 4 years the government has put tax on the dividend also. Mutual fund, similar taxes are there. FD, yes, you have to pay the tax. Saving, if you are saving up to 10,000, you don't need to pay the tax. Okay. If you are donating something, you are getting 100% tax. So a lot of opportunities for the tax saving, and we should take the advantage of this tax saving scheme. Okay. So when it comes to the financial planning, you should have the holistic approach. I mean, you should have the emergency cash. It should be in the bank. You can withdraw any times. You should have the covers for the life. It is called the insurance. You should always look for the futures, because 1/3 of life it is going to be in the retirement, and you need the money, because that is the, I will say, the worst part of the life, when you don't have the money, and it's very difficult to live the worry-free life. You should look for the tax saving. Okay. And you should also look for the growth of your money through the stock market, mutual fund. So the financial planning is not just for a particular age group, but as you join the job till the end of the life, you should always look for the various stages of the life and accordingly plan it. Okay. So as you see the financial market, it's like a ocean, एक अथांग महासागर है जिसमें काफी सारे products है, mutual funds है, stock market है, insurance काफी, and for a common person it's very difficult to manage it. People are going to the internet, they are exploring, but I told you that many times there are the fake, okay, videos promising something and it is happening. I mean, so we are watching it. What you see in the internet is just a tip of iceberg, and below the tip of iceberg there is a lot of information. So we always advise to seek the guidance of the expert, and our company is helping, okay, the people from the John Deere's. We got a clients from John Deere's IT companies. We are helping in them in the financial planning, then stock market, all kinds of insurances, mutual funds, and the home loans. So this is a quick updates on the investment opportunities.